Hey, Verified News community. Brittany Harlow, lead journalist, director at VNN here for another VNN Live. Thank you so much. We have exciting news tonight. Tonight is the first time that we're actually simulcasting on TikTok. So, shout out to everyone on TikTok that's watching. I really appreciate you. If you're tuning in for the first time, thank you so much. Thanks for helping us hit 1,000 plus followers on TikTok. So we're able to go live on TikTok. I'm so excited about the opportunity to be getting more engagement. Let me know what you think about what we're going to talk about. If this is the first time that you have been introduced, maybe the first time that you're seeing us, Verified News Network launched a few years ago here. Me, former TV journalist, news anchor, turned independent revolutionary, I guess you could say. I had a lot of issues with, mainstream traditional news media, the boxes that we were forced to operate in, the narrow mainstream perspective we were supposed to abide by. So I definitely love the opportunity to be out on my own and be meeting with news affiliates and other journalists that are like minded, the same as me. If you want to be a part of this conversation, please drop us some comments in TikTok, drop us some comments on YouTube. We're at Verified News Network in both places. Um, I have to admit, I am getting over being sick. So I have my water over here, I have my cough drops over there. Hopefully, I'll be able to last for about 10 or 20 minutes because I love talking and connecting so much. But I also have this problem of coughing and not being able to talk for very long periods at a time. So we're here on YouTube, we're here on TikTok. I wanted to dive in and first kind of just try to reach out for that involvement here. B Harlow at verifiednews.network is my email if you want to send me a question, recommendation, comment, concern, praise, anything. I'm all ears. And that's pretty much why we exist, is to touch base with our community members wherever they are across the United States, whatever's going on that news media can help you with, whether that's sharing your story, telling things that need to be told. Um, that is why we're here and why all news media exists. But somehow we, as an industry, lost that way, and so that's something that we try to get back. Just that really in-depth service to the community and helping out any way that we can. If you want to go the extra mile, other than just dropping a comment or a question, I would definitely ask you to subscribe on our email lists. It's verifiednews.network. There's a couple different places. As soon as you go to our website, there should be a pop up that asks you to subscribe. So we just send out the top 3 stories every week, along with weather across America, some other news updates as we have them going on. Um, and that is a really cool way to um, just kind of get out of our own, weather, because obviously all local news gives like TV and stuff the weather constantly all the time because it's pretty important. But I think it's also fun to know what else is going on in other parts of the country and kind of that overall weather pattern. But I'm just nerding out about the weather over here. It's okay. But news updates, media tips, all these kinds of things that we like to help with, would love for you guys to get those updates. And that is the biggest way that you can support what we're doing, is just subscribing to our newsletters and our updates. Again, that's verifiednews.network is our website. There's a couple different places, or even just send me a message with your email and I'll add you to our newsletters. But that is an awesome free way to help us build our audience and help us reach more people, and really be a competitive force against this mainstream media that, again, I worked in there for 4 years. And so I have a lot of experience with the things that are wrong with mainstream media and the things that I didn't like from a consumer side, but also a producer side. Like, it's hard. You're overworked. You saw, like, a couple weeks ago, this girl was going live, got hit by a car. That kind of stuff is not unexpected because you're not very protected out there in the field. But now I know that I'm safe and I can do news on my own terms and help other people do that. So We do have our own social news media app, and so you can find that on our website too. It's app.verifiednews.network. A couple things that we had going on this week, and I like to do this in our lives, is just kind of talk about the stories that we have gone over and reported on. And I was out last week for this live, and so um, I'm going to just kind of do a rundown of some stories that we had going on statewide. We had a great story from our affiliate here in Tulsa, the Frontier. They fact checked Governor Stitt's State of the State address. We have some great news from uh, Rachel in Michigan, our Michigan reporter, talking about expanded child care programs in Michigan. We had a new story from our reporter in a new reporter in New York that was covering some New Jersey news about a foundation there. So it was super cool. Um, and of course, weather across America. I had some cool stories that I had done this week. And they are, in case you also are unfamiliar with our overall mission as an organization, it is to revolutionize news media. And that is a big thing that is important because when you hear about like, traditional news and the industry, it's just like very removed from the public. You're very uh, you know, it's like a talking head that's talking to you, whether it's the TV, the computer, your phone, and it's just this other person talking to you and telling you what you should know. And it's not really like a relationship between like them serving you and helping you. It's kind of like they're up on this pedestal. And um, I don't want to get into it too much because I feel like I'm gonna start like berating the news industry, and there's a lot of good obviously from the news industry. It's a very important service, but I feel like there is just a lack of relationship, and it's just very removed. And so, what we like to do, that's why I'm on TikTok, that's why I'm streaming on YouTube, and we're trying to build this engagement and this mutual beneficial relationship up because again, that is why we exist as news is to um, help each other. Like I want to uh, from you. What do I want from you? I want you to listen to me so that you can hear these stories that are affecting community members and society as a whole. And obviously, you want to be listened to because your story matters and what you're going through matters and what impacts your daily life matters, or I wouldn't have a job. Um, and so, that being said, there's a whole bunch of different technologies that we're incorporating and getting in to keep that excitement and that relationship going. One thing as part of our mission to revolutionize news media is we got into the NFT market this month. So VNN launched a new collection of NFTs that are from our illustrated news stories. So that's what you can see here. If you're on the joining us on YouTube, you can actually see me pull up. These are the stories that I've been working on, and then we have the top one. The last story that I posted was us debuting our first collection of NFTs. And if you didn't see the writing on the wall, I'm surprised because uh, a couple stories down is the story of want to get into the NFT game as a um, entrepreneur. And that's important to me is doing entrepreneur stories and things that can help entrepreneurs because I've been an entrepreneur for the last almost 4 years. And so I know that it's really hard to find good resources that are just trying to help you. And that's what we try to be. And if you saw in between those two stories about NFTs, for those of you who didn't know, I was on a reality TV show last summer that filmed in Kansas City called The Blocks. And we're super excited to announce that it just premiered season one. And so that is really exciting news. We put some info on the app about it, app.verifiednews.network if you're watching on TikTok. And so that I started watching it, and it's honestly hard for me to watch it. I'm supposed to binge it, I know, and it really is binge worthy. But for me as an entrepreneur, I'm sitting there and I'm watching like, oh, I need to do this for my business, and oh, this is such a great learning point, and oh, I need to start implementing this. Why haven't I been doing this? And so it's like very hard to watch episode after episode of that, because there's just so many things that I want to improve. But that season one just premiered. You can get it on the Blocks app. Download it. Just search the Blocks, the BLOX in the Android store. On Apple, it's there. So yeah, that's some exciting news. So I was on season two, so that one's dropping in March, or he said spring. March is pretty. There's a lot of spring. It may not be March. It may be April or May, because technically that's all. And maybe even a little June. I don't know. It's just saying spring. So season two, reality TV show about entrepreneurs, 20 of us living in a house. Exciting stuff. Pretty crazy, but I don't want to take up too much time on the airwaves tonight, again, because my throat is not the best right now. But I did want to take some time to also talk about the stories that we have going on, what we're working on right now. I'm onboarding new journalists from across the country to tell more local news stories. We have this okay, I'm sorry, on TikTok, if you're watching on TikTok, you gotta head over to the YouTube channel because you're missing all my sweet graphics at Verified News Network, just like it is on TikTok, but I'm simulcasting on TikTok right now, including this super sweet slideshow. This is the VR here, and this is what you could possibly win if you're in Oklahoma, a sweet 2-hour pass for you and 3 friends at the VRXP virtual reality experience in Veneta. We've been working with Steve over there, and I mean, that's just another way that we're revolutionizing news. We're getting heavy in the VR scene, heavy in the Web3 space. All right, starting to die over here. I'm gonna have to get through my stuff, but there's gonna be some news on that tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned to our channels, our Facebook, Insta, Twitter. It's at the VNN app because that's where all of our content comes through. But super excited about that. We do have some other cool things in the works other than this virtual reality stuff, and um, I got some filming going on tomorrow. Friday, super important day. I'm going to be interviewing multiple people about the next story series that I'm doing on April Wilkins. If you are unfamiliar with who that is, please Google her, look up our previous coverage on her. She is a woman that has been in Oklahoma State Prison for almost a quarter of a century for killing her abuser. She's locked up there. People forgot about her. The people who didn't forget about her for the most part are happy that she's there. Unfortunately, the man, her abuser who she killed, was the son of a local millionaire. So you can imagine how things went for her, who was not from a millionaire family, but yeah, killed her abuser. Um, Tons of documented abuse, all kinds of things that a true horror story, like as worse as you could, probably worse than you could probably imagine, I would think. Or maybe not. Maybe you're very imaginative, but it was pretty bad. And so, yeah, she ended up killing him, and she's been in prison ever since, almost 25 years. So she's up for parole, hopefully. Um, she will know, I think, in March whether or not she'll get a parole hearing. She's been denied parole a couple times already, but she's obviously not giving up because, and there's a lot of other people, lawmakers, creating legislative avenues for people like her to get another shot at getting out, because battered women syndrome and kind of what being in a severely abusive relationship, what that does to your brain, was something that Oklahoma had not even barely started taking into account in the 90s when she went to prison. So that is something that we're working on this week. I'm going to Okmulgee next week to meet with some Muskogee business owners. So I'm going to get some entrepreneur news in there. I'm really excited about that. Did I mention that we're getting into the VR scene? All right. um, but yeah, lots of cool stuff. Me being sick for 2 weeks really like pushed me back. But what can you do? That's life during a pandemic. And I'm back. I'm healthy. I'm catching up on 2 weeks of work, and lots of really exciting things. Lots of partnerships that are happening. Um, and that's pretty much what I got for you tonight. I have my Discord, our Verified News Community Discord up on the live stream on YouTube. Again, Verified News Network. If you're looking for independent reporting, community voices, just basically everything that you would want your news service to be. And if we're not that already, we want to know how to be the best service for you that we can be. We're growing nationwide. We have a Substack, Patreon. Just go to our website, verifiednews.network, and you can find all of the different ways that you can connect with us and give us some feedback on what you want and what you like and what you don't like. So again, when you're over at our website, please do me a super solid. Our network is solid. And just hit subscribe, enter your email address, and follow us. That would be super, again, building our audience. It's free um, way for you to help us and, again, be really competition for that mainstream media and have some of our stories that need to be told for our local community members elevated. So that's what I got for you tonight. If you're interested to see what this looked like in the actual broadcast software that's on YouTube, head over to Verified News Network. We appreciate any subscribing, any following, every comment, email. Again, I'm going to put us up there as far as our website and that get involved button. Thank you, TikTok, for tuning in. This is so cool. I think that I really liked this simulcast. I had a couple people that asked to go live with me. I was not expecting that, I gotta admit. So I'm gonna have to look at that as an option in the future and see exactly what they want to talk about on live with Verified News Network. And maybe that's a good idea. So I'm all for it. Thank you, Verified News community, everyone watching on YouTube. I definitely appreciate the love and support, and we will catch you next time.